Well, hi, friends. It's been a while. It's been a long while. I actually just went through looking through everything, and the last time I talked to you guys was last year sometime. I don't know exactly when, but I'm so sorry for that. Past few months have just been kind of up and down. I figured with the holidays coming that it was going to be a little bit rough for me and my family since it first holidays without my grandpa, but we made it through and the countdown is on. I leave for Texas in 10 days for 2 weeks and I cannot wait. There's been just a lot to take in, a lot to handle. But I am doing so much better. I am on day 11 of being off my daytime meds. So I am no longer taking the Effexor and I actually feel great. I feel like a human. I'm able to function normally, focus. I actually have a lot more energy. So my hope is that being off of it, I could finally lose the weight that just has not dropped. And so that's what my hope is. But usually from February through May, I usually don't do too well as is. April is just a really crappy month for me, especially since we lost my grandpa. So I'm sure a lot of you that have followed me or know, April 26th of last year, we lost my grandpa. He went peacefully into sleep. So I can't even be like mad about that. He had just went to sleep and that was that. And tomorrow, so today it's April 13th. Tomorrow, see if I can do this without crying. Whew. Still trying to navigate emotions through this. Tomorrow it'll be exactly a year since I last talked to him. So my brain is just kind of going back and forth. But the last conversation I had with him, the last words I ever spoke to him were, he's like, all right, well, I'll talk to you in a day or two. Love you lots. And it's like, love you too, Grandpa. Last words we ever spoke. So I have no regrets. Good Lord. This is one of the things we're trying to have to navigate through with all this being off meds. But you know what? It's okay. It's okay to be sad as long as we don't stay there. But so I am going back. I took off work when I knew it was coming up on the anniversary of his passing because I knew it was probably going to be pretty tough. So I took off and I'll be gone for 10 days. Couple of days to come back in and get unpacked and settled back in before I go back to work. But I have not been back to his house since he passed. I should say since the funeral. And so since it's been a year, I'm like, all right, I really need to go and help go through things and go from there. And so that's my plan. I'm going to go by the cemetery. I haven't been there since his birthday on the 4th of July. We went to the cemetery and paid him a visit. My mom's buried out there as well, and my grandma, and then my Uncle Clayton. And so I know there's some things I'm going to have to face that I don't want to, but we have to. I've given it a year, so. But to look back and see what, like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, just, I couldn't sleep last night, so I'm just scrolling through my phone because I have thousands of pictures that I really need to get rid of. So I'm just scrolling through looking at everything, and to see who I was back then and see who I am now is such a huge eye-opener and makes me even more proud of who I am today. There's so many people against me, so many people that said I would never, make it, get it out of there, that they would be better off without me. And I'm able to stand on my own 2 feet and actually, damn emotions, be able to walk with my head held high and know that I fought like hell to get where I'm at. And I am so proud of myself. And I think that's things that people don't realize when it comes to somebody that is like having a mental health issue or is diagnosed with something, is it's not an overnight fix. And that's what was expected of me. It was literally when I was in the hospital for a week and I came out, it was expected that I would just be at the snap of a finger fixed. And this is 2.5 years worth of treatment and therapy and hospitalization and almost going back in to the hospital to try to figure out meds for me to really truly get where I'm at and to heal. And hindsight, I wouldn't change it for anything, because we've unpacked a lot of past trauma that I just had kind of pushed down, that I didn't deal with. And we're talking about stuff from when I was growing up, like a kid, my teen years, all of that stuff that I never wanted to deal with, but I had to. And it took me being in my 30s, right, to finally face it. And that's something that when I go into my therapy sessions, I talk to my therapist about, because I'm so frustrated. Because I'm like, I'm 32 years old and we're talking about and dealing with something that happened to me when I was 7. But in order for my brain to completely heal and get where it needs to be, I have to process all of that. And so to see how my brain has rewired itself and how, sorry, I got an itch, and how well I'm able to handle things now. Like, everything happened for a reason. And even now, life is throwing me curveballs and lemons, and I'm like, I don't know which way to go. I don't know what to do, but I'm just taking a breath and just following where it may lead me. I don't know. There's a lot of decisions I have to make. There's a lot of confusion I still have, but I have time to figure it out. But to see, even from last year, how well I've done, especially because if you guys know me, like, my grandpa was, oh, damn it, he was my everything. That was my person, my safety net. I could call him for anything. And so losing him was like the absolute worst thing that could have ever happened to me. But losing him and moving forward like I did and not falling backwards, not reverting to old ways. You know, I might have fallen off the wagon, but I got back up and persevered forward with what I've learned. That is huge for me. And that goes to show that their opinions don't matter, but everybody that was against me, that didn't think I could do it, well, now you're eating your words, because I have. And I'm so proud of myself. And even on those rough days, I remember where I've been, what I've gone through, what I've came through, how I picked myself up out of the ashes of hell and climbed my way out of there. That's huge. And seeing how I faced the single most worst thing that could have happened to me since I lost my mom when I was 17, losing my grandpa, and how I was still able to move forward and not completely fall apart. That's the power of healing and the power of therapy and really taking care of yourself. And I had to make a choice at one point, and I chose me. I chose myself above everything and everyone else, because I knew that if I did not take this chance and this opportunity to take a step back and go, you know what, I need to take care of me. I can't take care of everybody else anymore. I need to take care of me and really heal and deal with all of this before it completely destroys my life again. That's the decision I made, and I would not change it for the world. And so I still plan on kind of showing everybody what it's like for me going through kind of this next chapter after losing my grandpa, of trying to finally settle his estate, which that's a whole another can of worms that hopefully I don't end up in jail for. But just kind of like what it's like for me and how I'm dealing with it. Because I allowed myself to grieve, but now we're really having to go forward and take care of everything. And so that's going back to the house is going to be hard, but we can't avoid it forever. I've got to face it. And so I plan on bringing you guys along for that and kind of showing you what that's like for me. And I'm so sorry it's taken me so long to kind of get back into the swing of things. I want to make sure that when I do this, I do it right. And that, yeah, even if I'm struggling, I don't, you know, want to be in the worst mindset ever and it completely fall apart. And so, but thank you guys for all of your support. I seriously would not be here without all of you. And I'm so excited to go back home for a little while and not have to worry about anything here in Oklahoma. And so if you live back home, I will see you in 10 days. I'm super excited. Plan on having some fun, meeting up with my friends, and just kind of dealing with the adult things, but also giving myself a break. And so I will see you guys soon. I love you all so much. Thank you for your love and support, and be safe out there.